Hello YouTube. Hello NASCAR fans, it's JJ. Today I'm the king, Richard Petty. We're going to talk a little NASCAR. I'm going to coin a phrase, ask a question, tell you a little bit about NASCAR. Started basically down in stock car, started basically down in Daytona, Florida. 1903, two guys, Alexander Winton, Ransom Olds. One said he had a better car than the other. Can you imagine that? Well, 1933, when Prohibition took over, you could buy beer and alcohol anywhere. So all those moonshiners and bootleggers that were running shine had nowhere to drive, nowhere to go. So they heard about all this racing going down in Daytona. I guess that's how it got started. 1935, a man named Bill France lost his job up north. Heard about this racing. Since he knew about cars, he went down to Daytona, got himself a job, hooked up with a bunch of people. The rest is history. Well, let's see. In 1948, NASCAR was born. Called the Cup Series. 1949 it started. Cup Series. Remember that. Cup Series. In 1971 it turned to Winston Cup Series. In 2003 it was the Nextel Cup Series. Today, well, from 2007 to today, it's called the Sprint Cup Series. Wow, there's a lot of cups going on there, ain't it? Bush League, a second level down, even started up in 1984. Racing just went crazy. Everybody's racing everything. But you know what? They call it a redneck sport, but it ain't a redneck sport. There's people from the north, people from the west, people all over the world that watch NASCAR racing. So instead of calling them people rednecks, let's change it. From now on, the people down, I'm watching NASCAR, are going to be called CUPNECKs. Get it? Cup Series, Winston Cup, Nextel Cup, Sprint Cup. So now they're CUPNECKs. If you watch racing, you love racing, you drive racing, you're a CUPNECK, not a redneck. That's such a determined word. I just don't get it. Well, there's people that love racing. I mean, people have a need for speed. Millions of people race each week. They race on asphalt, tar, dirt, snow, water, through cities. They even race bikes through France. Imagine that. Takes days. People race running. Each little kids race to the car. First one in gets shotgun. You know what I mean? It's just racing's been part of our culture for a long, long time, and it's growing. They're racing everything. People have a need for speed. But these NASCAR racers and stock car racers, let me tell you something. They got nitrous oxide running through their veins like rocket fuel. Pure octane! People do it all over, every neighborhood, every state. Millions of people are racing each week. Local people like Manus Racing. There's a couple drivers I know pretty well myself. Number 71J, Hammered Down Haddon. And number 71, Jimmy Manus. You know, he's got 1,000 checkered flags. He raced for 3 decades motorcycles for Harley Davidson, and now he's still racing stock cars, still getting them checkered flags. 1,000 white checkered flags. Can you believe that? Man, I tell you what, racing's been around for a long time, and it's going to keep on going around. But I got a question. Y'all are spending all this money on NASCARs, $1 million a piece. And guess what? You take 2 of them to the track with you every week. But the Daytona 500 was postponed because of rain. So people had to stop all their parties that they were having and plans that they had made for that Sunday to watch the race, and it was postponed. What about the people that took the trip down to Daytona? Had to change all their plans, had the race on Monday. I got a better idea. You spend all that money on the race car, why don't you get some windshield wipers? Y'all can't afford windshield wipers? They used to race, you know, half the Daytona early races used to be on the sand, in the rain. They birds were there. Everybody was there. It was fun. You get wet. Light cars would run first, and the heavy cars would run second. Guess what? Heavy cars would get bogged down in the sand on the ocean's coast there. And guess what? They didn't finish the race. But it's not a big deal when you don't finish the race, because the less cars running, better chance of winning, ain't it? All I gotta say is, hope you enjoyed my little video here, and boogity boogity. Cody, thanks for the hat, my friend.